So I just had a meeting a couple of minutes ago with my client about Polish student visa application requirements and documentation after getting admission into a Polish university. And I deemed it necessary to share it with you guys to help you guys in filling out the application form, to know the kind of insurance you need, to know how to book your flight reservation and other things you need to know so that your visa applications will be successful. Now my desire is to help as many people as possible. So if you've just gotten admission into a Polish university and you don't know what to do next, okay, you don't even know how to fill the application form, I'm here to help you. Now this is from my wealth of experience. Like in my personal life, I've applied for Polish visa a couple of times, and also from the information I've gotten from a legit source, from a reliable source. So if you want to find out these things, then it is of utmost importance for you to keep watching this video and watch it to the end, because I'm going to run you through the process. Okay, I'm going to show you the requirements. I'm going to show the photo specification, the kind of insurance you need, what is the length of insurance you need, how to book your flight reservation, and other things you need to know, even how to fill your visa application form. I'm going to show you the things you need to write in every section that you are required to write something on. Okay, so if you're interested in knowing how and excited about this information I'm going to be sharing, please give me a thumb up on this video and also subscribe to this channel. So please kindly subscribe to this channel if you're new to this channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of my content, because I'm going to be dropping more and more information about traveling abroad, moving abroad, as I have already on my channel, opportunities that you can use to move abroad either through education or through work. So after watching this video, you can also feel free to check out other opportunities on my channel. I'm going to be dropping more and more every week. So guys, follow me carefully as I give you tips on what to do, the application requirements, how to fill the form and everything. Okay, so first of all, I want you to know that when you get an admission to study at a Polish university, the kind of visa you need to apply for is known as Polish national visa. Okay, not Schengen visa. Okay, because it depends on the length of your program. Okay, if you intend to stay in Poland for a period of like 3 months or less, then you can apply for a Schengen visa. Okay, but if you intend to stay in Poland for a period more than 3 months, that is more than 90 days, then you need to apply for a national D visa. We call it national D visa or national visa or Polish national visa. These are the things you need to know first of all. Okay, so put this at the back of your mind. So let's say you are enrolled to study for master's degree in Poland. Okay, you know that master's degree in Poland is like 1.5 years or 2 years. Let's say 2 years. And 2 years is more than 90 days, because 90 days is 3 months. So you definitely need a national visa. If you're coming for bachelor's degree in Poland is 3 years. You need you need a national visa. Okay, this is very, 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 very important. Okay, now that you know this, you know the type of visa you need to apply for. Now these are the requirements, some of the requirements, not all the things you need. Okay, so I'm going to explain the other ones you need, but this was sent to me from a reliable source. So you have to definitely listen to me if you want to have successful applications. Okay, all right, now here are the requirements that you need, even though there are more, but I'm going to share these ones, then I'm going to tell you others, I'm going to show you others. Now the first thing you need is a valid international passport. Okay, now this passport should be valid for like 2 years, in my opinion, valid for like 2 years, and don't be any problem. Now the next thing you need is a visa application form. I'm going to be showing you how to fill this form. Okay, I'm going to open a form, okay, an example of a form or a real form, and give you tips on how to do that. Like I'm going to use mine, because there was a form I filled out before when I wanted to apply for Polish visa, student visa. Then I'm going to tell you what to do. Okay, so don't go anywhere, and please be sure to smash the like button if you're really interested and enjoying what I'm doing. Okay, just to help my channel. And if you've not subscribed, please kindly subscribe. Okay, all right, great. Now, and next thing you need is school documents. Now, This one is Sasviachenie. Now, this Sasviachenie is one of the documents that will be sent to you after you get admission in a Polish university. Now, let me just tell you how it is, the process. So, first, you apply for admission. Okay, you go to the school website, and if you're interested in any of the course, you apply for it through the IRK platform or any other platform, because different universities have different platforms. But the common one that I know is the IRK platform. And by the way, I made a video on how to apply to a Polish public university through the IRK platform. I gave a practical example using one of my clients. Okay, so you can do yourself good if you want to study in Poland and you want to study in a cheap school as well, because that school I was applying for, I did in that video, was a cheap, one of the cheapest schools I know in English in Poland. So after watching this video, you can go over to my channel and look at it, practical ways on how you can apply to Polish universities via the IRK platform. Okay. Now, so after you've applied and you've been accepted, the school is going to send you an offer letter. Okay. Now, with this offer letter, you will see the information on how to pay your school fees, the things you need to pay your school fees, like the bank statement, the bank account of the school and other information. Okay, you need to transfer the school fees to the school's account. Now, after you've paid your school fees, okay, mind you, when applying for Polish universities, most of them, almost all of them, have application form, admission form. This is different from the school fees, and this is very small. Like for some schools, most schools charge around 20 euros. Now, this 20 euros is just the exchange rate, because they charge in their currency about 85 zloty. But I'm just giving you an estimate. The range it will fall in like around, just put it at the back of your mind, around 20 euros. Okay. Then after you've paid that, the school is going to process your admission, and if everything is positive, they will send you an offer letter. And after you've gotten this offer letter, you'll see information on how you to pay your school fees. Now you pay your school fees, then it will take the school around maybe 1 week or 2 weeks to confirm your tuition fee payment. It depends on when your money arrives to the school account, okay, and when they check it. Now, after they've processed it and seen that you've paid and confirmed it, they are going to send you, I think, this document, this I'm sorry, I'm not Polish, but anyway, that's how it is. Then after they've sent you this document, okay, after you've received this document, that is when you need to book for appointments, okay, at the Polish embassy or consulate in your country of residence. You must make sure that when applying, you enter the address of the country you intend to apply for your visa in the form, okay, in the application form, the online system. This is because whenever they are preparing this, invitation letter, I think this is the invitation letter that you're going to take to the embassy. It is going to carry the address you put in your application, okay, and it's going to address the embassy in that country, okay, in which you've entered the address when you are applying. So this is very important. This is why you need to enter the right address of the country where you are going to apply for the visa. Okay. Now, after you've gotten this invitation letter, this is when you need to book for appointment. Okay. This is when you need to book for appointment. Okay. Why do you need to do that? Because if you book for the appointment before you get the offer, the invitation letter, what if the invitation letter comes late after your appointment? You would have missed the appointment. And now appointments, they don't give appointment easily now at the Polish embassy. I don't know if you found out, like if you've realized this. Okay, now since the inception of the pandemic, since the outbreak of the pandemic, there've been delays in getting appointment at the Polish embassy. Like countries like Nigeria, I even heard that they even do raffle draw in order to get appointment. Like every month they take some entries, and at the end of the month they just pick people at random, and the other people that didn't get have to wait till the next month before they kind of enter in their request again. So it's kind of a lot of people don't get appointment at the end of the day, and they've paid their school fees. But then there are other ways too, through agent. Like I know my friend in the United States, his younger sister, he kind of they used an agent, okay, and they paid this agent some money, and through this agent, they were able to get appointment. Okay, and right now she's in Poland. Another way again is if you know anybody, let's say for example, you are admitted to study PhD because there's a scholarship for PhD in Poland, and I'm going to make a video soon about how to get a scholarship, a PhD scholarship in Poland that is going to pay you monthly stipend. Okay, like you're not going to pay for the school fees, and and they are going to pay you, apart from not paying for the school fees, they are going to pay you monthly stipend. Okay, I'm going to make a video soon on that. Okay, so watch out. This is why you need to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out on this video, so that you'll be one of the first people to be notified whenever I drop content. Okay, so one of the ways you can do that is, let's say for example you've gotten PhD. Yeah, your supervisor can speak to the embassy, like can talk to, like, I'm just telling you based on what I know about two guys, or is it three guys I know that told me that. Yeah, but I'm sure about two guys who said that their supervisor had to kind of, I think, write them at the embassy or contact the consular, but they contacted them, telling them that their student is on scholarship, and they should grant the person appointment. And after some days, they got appointment actually. The embassy sent them an email telling them to come for appointment. Okay, now this is another way. So I've talked about three ways through that raffle draw kind of system, or through an agent, or through, if you know somebody influential that can facilitate that. But you need to be very careful when using the agent, because there are a couple of people that are just there to eat your money, and they won't be held accountable if they fail to get appointment for you. So you have to make sure that you're using the right agent who have a track of record, of appointment that they've done for another person before. Okay, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. All right, so it depends on your country too. I talked about Nigeria. Now, also in Turkey, there are other ways. There are experiences I've had, like experiences people have had there. Actually, there was a girl I did admission for, and I think last year she got her visa and she came, from Turkey. She's a Nigerian who lives in Turkey now. How she got appointment is that, it used to be online. Everything used to be online before. Like you just go online. There's this people we call VFS Global, their agency that kind of are contracted or have been contracted by various embassies to collect visa applications for them. Okay, and countries like Turkey, these VFS Global are there. I don't know if they are in your country. So you don't apply to the embassy directly. You just go through the VFS Global. Okay, so but previously, before the pandemic, you just go online and fill in the form. Okay, or register, sign up, register, and you pick the slot that you want, and you'll be sent your appointment letter to your email, or you can even print it right away from there. Then you, on the day of your appointment, you go. Okay, or then you can even call them by phone and they'll do it for you. Or I think you can even send them an email and they'll do it for you. But right now, it's no longer like that. If you call them now, they'll tell you to go online to do it, but you can't. If you go online, you can't see appointments. Okay, so I don't know about your country, and maybe you also have it. Maybe right now you're watching me and you're having this difficulty. These tips I'm giving you, these are the kind of, you should try to apply them in where you are. It could work. So this person I got admission, what she did was, because she couldn't get appointment, and I also tried to get it for her myself online. It didn't work out, and she just went there. She just went to the VFS Global Application, the Visa Application Center, and when she spoke to them, and they told her to come to, they told her to bring her documents, and that's how she applied. So you can try these things I'm telling you. Okay, you can try it, agency, or going to that place yourself, or if you know somebody influential that can talk to them or write them to give you, or you just have to go through that normal way of raffle draw. I don't know if they do it in your own country. Okay, that's by the way. Okay, so these are just the ways to get appointment. Now, after you've gotten your appointment, okay, that is when you need to do your health insurance. Now, I'm going to recommend a health insurance, Vienna Group. That is Vienna Insurance. This is the one I'm using currently. By the way, I live in Poland. Okay, I use Vienna Insurance. Okay, I think you can find them. Just check out their offices in your country, or even online, okay, after you've booked appointment, that is when you need to do this insurance. Why do you need to do that? This is because your insurance, okay, is supposed to start from the day of your appointment. Please take note of this. Your insurance should start from the day of your appointment at the embassy or at the visa application center if you're applying through VFS Global. This is very, very important. And when doing your insurance, it should be, this is the point, this point, original travel medical insurance should be valid for 3 years, starting from the day you are applying for visa or starting from the day of your appointment at the embassy or visa application center. Okay, do you understand? This is how it should be. And it should be a student travel medical insurance or student travel health insurance. Okay, that is if you're coming for studies. There, it has to be student for student. Okay, because I remember the first insurance I did was not for student. I took it to the application center and they rejected it. I had to thank God that I called the person who was there, my friend then, and I think he spoke to them and they now sent me the new one. And I think the new one now was costlier, more expensive than the other one. Okay, I can't really remember. I think. All right. So the kind of insurance you should do is student travel, and it should be for travel, health insurance or student travel medical insurance, valid for 3 years, starting from the day of your appointment. Okay, I've talked about this point, okay? And I've talked about this point that after you've gotten admission, you get offer letter, yeah? And you see information on how to pay your school fees. And after paying your school fees, then the school will confirm it. Then they will send you this invitation letter and confirmation of admission, blah, 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 okay? Then you do your health insurance, all right, which is valid for 3 years, and it should be for student travel medical or health insurance, valid for 3 years, and it should have 30,000 euros coverage. Okay, I repeat, it must have 30,000 euros coverage. Now, when I say 30,000 euros coverage, it's not that you will pay 30,000 euros. No, you're not paying 30,000 euros. It is just the coverage. So you could do health insurance for 50 euros, yet it has 30,000 euros coverage. Okay, do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. All right. So we've talked about this point and this point. Now let's talk about this one. Which one? Confirmation of accommodation and confirmation of tuition fee payment. Now the school are going to send you this based on the school I applied for my clients this year. They told me that they are going to send this after the students have sent them a confirmation of appointment, like after the student have sent them a confirmation that they've started the visa process. Okay, so if after you've gotten your appointment, normally you have an appointment letter, then you will send that appointment letter to the school that has admitted you. Then they should give you confirmation, a document confirming your accommodation and a document confirming your tuition fee payment. That is, if during the school application, the admission, you chose that you want the school to give you accommodation. Some schools will have to ask you, like, you have to choose. Do you want the school to give you accommodation in their hall of residence, in their dormitories, or not? So if you select this option, then they will give you this. Remember, you need this document, all these documents to apply for your visa. You need this document for your visa application. This is why it's important to tell the school that you need accommodation. If it is not in the application system when applying, please contact your school and tell them, okay, that you need accommodation so that you'll be able to get this document. Else, if you don't get it from the school, you'll have to you have to book for a hotel or an apartment online. And this apartment, normally you have to pay them reservation fee, okay, like maybe 1,000 Polish money. Okay, you have to pay them reservation fee, which is a lot. And just imagine, you've not even gotten visa and you're already paying, But if the school books an accommodation for you at the hall of residence, from my experience, for government schools, they don't charge you anything. You only pay when you come to the school. Like even the first day of your arrival, you can go to the accommodation and meet the dormitory manager and register yourself there. and maybe pay the first month and the deposit. Okay, that is how it works. Okay, these things are very important. I hope you understand. Okay, these ones are particularly for those who are applying for Polish visa, student Polish visa from Nigeria. But if you have this document, it will boost your chances. Okay, let's say you're applying from India or from the Middle East or from North Africa or from other African countries. If you have these things, it will boost your chances because, as I told you, this is from a reliable source. And this person told me that she got hints from somebody who works at the embassy, okay, about why they reject people visas. You need to sponsor monthly pay slip, okay, stating that in the period of 3 months, your sponsor earns around 550,000 naira. Now you need to convert this amount to your own currency, the currency you use in your country. So 550,000 Nigerian naira should be what this person earns in 3 months and above. Okay, so you can look at it, but I believe this is like bank statement. In Turkey, like that was what I used bank statement. So note that if you have a sponsor, you can get this, and also if you decide to sponsor yourself, you can also do that. Because before I came into Poland, I used myself as a sponsor. I had my own bank account. I used myself as a sponsor. Okay, so if you're using somebody else as a sponsor, then this will be their kind of amount that should be coming in. If you decide to use bank statement, I would suggest that this video was recorded in 2022. Okay, I don't know when at what year you're watching it, but as of 2022, I would suggest, this is my own suggestion based on my own experience and my own prediction. Okay, I would suggest that you should have around at least 5,000 euros in your bank account. Now, it can be in your sponsor's bank account when applying for visa. Okay, so you have to have this thing. Next, a confirmation of credit card limits. Now, there are a couple of ways you can do this, or there's a way I know you can do it. If you go to your online banking, you should actually see your credit card limit. For example, when I was paying, tuition fee for one of my students, I've never paid out such kind of amount before from my account, and so they said that I have to increase my limits from the bank app. So I had to log in. I clicked and it took me to where I can log in. So I had to log in from from the online banking. And when I logged in on the online banking, I changed the limit. So after changing the limit, I was able to make that payment. So this is what I will advise you to do. Do the same thing. Okay, go to your online banking. Okay, if you can do it yourself, go to your bank. Tell them to take your limit, your credit card limit, to the maximum, and give you a slip of it. So basically, that slip, you should have the first one having your bank details. Yeah. So you should have the first one having your bank details. And also, apart from having your bank details, you should now have the page with this credit card limit. Okay. Now, next, that is very, very important, is that you should have a sponsorship letter, and it should be notarized. A sponsorship letter, and it should be notarized. Now, sponsorship letter from your sponsor, how to write it is that, let's say, for example, you know how to write formal letter, right? So you have your address on the top right corner, your own address. That is the address of your sponsor, I mean. So the address of your sponsor is on the top right corner, and it ends with a date. Then below it, on the top left corner, below it, you enter the address of the consulate or embassy of Poland in the country where you are going to apply for your visa. Yeah. And after you've done that, yeah, then below it you write sponsorship letter for, it has to carry your name, your full name as it is on your passport. Yeah. For example, sponsorship letter for Nzube Promise Boniface. Okay. So Nzube is my first name, Promise is my middle name, Boniface is my surname. Yeah. Then below it, you can write dear sir or madam, or to whom it may concern. Okay. For me, I'll just say dear sir or madam. Then below it, you should write I, that is your sponsor. I, then the name of your sponsor, full name as it is on his passport or her passport, I, then bracket, the person's, your sponsor's passport number or identity number, but I prefer passport number. Yeah, then bracket, hereby, okay, declare that I am going to be sponsoring, then your name should be written. I'm going to be sponsoring Nonsbe Promise Boniface throughout his stay in Poland as a student. Then the person should write the job. I am a banker in so bank in this country. I earn this amount every month as salary, something like that. Then it should end. Then after that, put attached to this letter is my international passport, and which will lead me to the next one, employment confirmation letter. So the person should attach the employment confirmation letter. Now, this is if they have it. Okay, if they don't have it, they can ask from their boss to prepare something for them to show that they are working there, and the amount they receive. All these things will boost your chances of getting the visa. If you really want to get your visa, do these things I'm telling you to do. Okay. Then note that they have to be notarized. Now, let me give you one hint. Whenever you're submitting a document, okay, to any official office that is not original, make sure you notarize them. Now, notarizing them means that you are certifying them. Okay, it is kind of giving a legal it is giving a legal potency to that document. All right, it is attaching legality to that document. This is very important. Now you just need to go to a notary close to you. I'm going to show you what a notary is like what kind of stamp. It's just a stamp. They need to put a stamp there and it will certify it. Okay, this is very, very important. If you have any question, please put in the comment section. All right, and don't be in a haste to go because we've not even done the main thing. I'm going to show you. I'm going to take you to the VFS Global website, show you the photo requirements, show you the application form. They have to fill each section that you need to fill. Okay, now follow me carefully. Now this is the website of the VFS Global. Okay, in Turkey. You can check out, you can check on the internet if there's a VFS Global in your own country, okay? But then I'm going to put the link in the description. So you can also, what I know is that if you're coming to Poland, you can use the same application form because the national visa or the Schengen visa, they all have the same application form for Poland, okay? Now, the first thing I want to show you is the photo specification, okay? Now, here, okay, let me just say a brief information about the national visa. So this is issued to persons who intend to stay in Polish territory in the course of one or several entries for a period longer than 90 days. I already stated this, so no need to talk about this again. And the visa type is D. Okay, I think the Schengen visa type is C, whereas the national visa type is D. Again, apply for national visa if you're coming for studies. Basically for masters or for bachelors or for PhD. Okay. All right. Now the next thing I want to show is the photo specification. I'm also going to put the link in the description so that you can check out these things for yourself. I don't have time to explain everything from the beginning, but the photo that you are going to attach to the form or give to the embassy should have this specification. Okay. All right. Now let's go to the form. Okay, because of time. Please, if you're still watching and you've not subscribed, kindly subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of my content. I'm going to drop more and more content. As more and more inspiration comes and more findings comes about the Polish visa application, if there are more updates, I'm going to update you. Surely I'm going to give you more insight on that as soon as I get more information. Down, the application form, the first one here is in Polish and this one is in Turkish and English. So let's go for the English one. Okay, now this is how the form looks like. This is how the form looks like, and that picture from that specification you saw earlier, you saw before, this is where you need to put it. Okay, you need to carry them. You should, ideally, for me, I would advise you to take like up to 8 pictures. Okay, first let's come here. Now these are guide to filling out the form. Now this is for Schengen visa, this is for national visa, so we click this one. So we click this one. So I'm going to be using this one to explain it to you so that you understand. Though the explanation is in Turkish, because I understand Turkish, I'm going to explain. I'm going to like translate to you in English. Okay. Now, so this is the how the visa application form for national visa looks like. That is with the guides. All these in our guides. Without the guides, this is how it looks like. But I'm going to use this because it has the guides for easy explanation. Now, the photo, this is where you put your photo, right? So the photo should be able to fit in. If you follow the specification on the right pixel, it should fit in here. Now, here is where you write your surname, okay, your family name. If your surname, for example, my surname is Boniface, write it here. And I would advise you to write in capital letters. Everything should be in capital letter. Now here, you also write your surname here. The same name that you write here is the same you write here. And in section 3, you have to write your name as in your passport. So for example, my name is Nzube Promise. My first name is Nzube, my middle name is Promise, and my surname is Boniface. So here I write Nzube Promise. And here is Boniface, here is Boniface. All right. Next section is section 4. Here you need to write your date of birth. In Turkish, we call it Doğum Tarihi. Now, it has to start with the day and the month and the year. Okay, so if you were born on 15th August 2020, let's say on 15th August 2000, year 2000, then here has to be 15, then here 808, so here 1508, then 2000, yeah, 1508 2000. Okay, now your place of birth as it is in your passport, write it here in capital letter. Then the country of your birth, actually you can write as a code. For example, the Turkish code is TUR, so Nigerian code is NIG. Okay, but if you like, you can also write the full name here. It's not a problem. I've been using the full name and they've been accepting it. Here, your citizenship. If your citizenship is Nigerian, so you write Nigerian, or you just simply write NIG. Okay, but me, I write Nigerian, or whatever country you come from, you write your nationality. Then sex, what's your, are you a man or woman? You choose it here. Then marital status, are you single or are you married or are you whatever, whichever one that applies to you, you tick the box. Then next, something I didn't tell you is that please don't write anything here or don't fill anything here, as it is for only official purpose. This is only for official purpose. Only the embassy should write something here. Please don't write anything in this section. Okay, thank you. Then next, we're here, number 10, section 10. Now, in the case of minors, now in this part, it is only for those who are below 18 years of age. So don't fill anything here, leave it blank. Now, section 11, this is where you need to fill your international passport number. If your international passport number, if you're from Nigeria, maybe start with A or B, then you write it clearly here. Next section, you select this one, ordinary passport, okay? Select ordinary passport. Then next, this is where you need to also write your passport number. You can also write your passport number here. Just like you've written here, write your passport number here. But here, if you want, if you have a national identity card, for example, like Nigeria, they have a national identity card, you can write it here. That is the one that is different from your passport. But if you don't have any national identity card, then write your passport number here. Do you understand? But here, you must write your passport number here. It is compulsory. Then you have to write the date of issue of your passport and the validity date. When is it going to expire? Then where was it issued? Was it issued in Abuja headquarters? Was it issued in Ankara, Turkey? Was it issued in Vienna, Austria? Or was it issued in Kaduna, Nigeria? Was it issued in Islamabad? Is it Pakistan or where? You write it here, okay? Then here, now, do you have a residence permit other than the country of current nationality? Let's say, for example, you're a foreigner, you are an Indian living in Turkey currently, right? And you want to come to Poland. Then, if you have residence permit for Turkey, right, click this one, evet, yes. If you don't have residence permit, click here. If you've clicked yes, if you've ticked yes, then you have to write here, you have to kind of write residence permit here in this space. Just write residence permit, type it, or write it, fill it with hand. Remember, you're filling these things with your pen with hand. So write residence permit here. Try to squeeze it here. Okay, sorry, here you need to write residence permit in this place, this box, residence permit, not here. Write residence permit here. Then here, write the permit number. For example, those in Turkey is their TC number. There's one TC number that starts with 99 something. Write it here. Okay. This is only for those who are not living in their country, who are living in another country, but they have the permit to stay there. Okay. Then you need to write when it's going to expire. When is it going to expire? Write it here. Okay. Then here, remember here, all the ones with asterisks, with this star, are compulsory. You must fill them. Those without asterisks is not compulsory, but if you fill them, it will give the embassy or consulate more information about you, and it will make it easier for them to process your visa or your application. What is your current occupation? If you're a student, write student. Okay. Now, if you're coming to Poland, okay, if you're coming to Poland and you're not currently a student, but you have a job, your occupation is what you are doing right now. What are you doing? What are you currently doing? Write it there. Okay. Very important. If you're a writer, write writer. Okay. Then here, number 20, this is where you need to enter. This says employer and employer's address and cell telephone number for students, name and address of educational establishment. Let's say, for example, you are a student currently. You write the name of the school, you write the name of the address, and so on. But this is where you need to enter the name of your employer and the address. If it is school, enter the name of the school where you are currently studying. Okay, very important. But for me, if I'm applying for this visa and let's say I'm a student, I'm a worker, I'll choose to write worker here. Kind of like let not be like, if you're already a student, why are you not applying for visa? All these things. So you need to enter information that will not put you in the tight corner, that will kind of facilitate your visa, to make sure you get it faster. But make sure you're entering the right information. Don't lie. Okay, I don't encourage people to lie on these matters or any matter at all. Now, what is the main purpose? What is the main purpose of your travel, of your journey? In this case, because you're going for studies, just tick study. This is very easy. Now, number 22 is already there, Poland. If it's not in the form you printed, write Poland. Okay. Now, member state of first entry. For me, I'll write Poland here. All right. Or you can just leave it blank if you don't know, if you're not sure. But I think Poland, writing Poland, because you buy your ticket to Poland, so write Poland. That would be the best, or leave it blank. Then number 24, I mean, number of entries requested, right? Tick this, multiple entries. Then duration of the intended stay, of transit. Okay, now indicating days. For example, if you're going to study for bachelor's degree, you know that bachelor's degree in Poland is 3 years. Yeah, so you have to calculate 365 days times 3. You write the number of days here, so you have to write them in days. If it's 700, if it's let's say 1,000 days, you write it here. Okay, very important. Then here number 26, national visas issued during the past 5 years. Have you been issued a national visa before to Poland or to any country in the Europe? I think it's not just Poland that uses national visa. Even this country, Lithuania too, there's national visa, there's Schengen visa. So if you've ever been to any of these countries with national visa or Poland, okay, you tick yes. If no, tick no. If you've ticked yes, then you need to enter the date. Okay, you need to enter the date when you were issued this national visa, okay, or when the national visa started, and the date you left that country. So you need to put it here, from to. Okay, then we go to number 28. Yeah. Entry permit for the final country of destination where applicable. Do you have a residence permit already in Poland? If you don't have, then just leave it blank. It's not applicable. Or you can just write not applicable if it is not in your form. Okay. Then the next, number 29 or section 29, intended date of arrival to the Republic of Poland. Now, this is very, very important and sensitive. This is why I said before you book for your appointment, make sure you've gotten the invitation letter from the school first. Invitation letter is granted to you after you've paid your school fees. Okay. Make sure you've gotten it first. Then, after you've gotten it, then you book for appointment. After you get your appointment, then you send the appointment letter by email to the school. Okay, so that they can send you information on accommodation and also that's accommodation document and also confirmation of your school fees payment, because you will need these things when applying for visa. Remember the way what I told you about you telling the school about accommodation. If it is not part of the application process, you need to make sure you have a proof of accommodation in Poland. Else, I don't think they'll give you the visa. Okay, or it might delay your visa process because they will still ask you for it. Okay, very, 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 very important. Okay, so after you've gotten that final letter or invitation letter from the school and you've booked appointment, yeah, now you will do your flight reservation. Okay, which I'm going to share. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to give you a tip on how to do it. Then you book your flight reservation. Okay, now the date, what you're going to write here as the intended date of arrival to Poland should be the same that will be in your flight reservation. Do you understand? As the date you're leaving, you're traveling, you're flying to Poland. Okay. Now, how do you do that? After you book your appointment, let's say your appointment is tomorrow, it's starting tomorrow. Your appointment is tomorrow. Okay, at the Polish embassy or consulate or visa application center, as the case will be for you. When filling this form, you have a window open where you're doing your flight reservation, right? If you can do it online, or if you choose to go to this one of these tourism companies, those who book ticket for people, right? You can just tell them you just want flight reservation and you pay them some money, just little money. Okay. Remember, you're not booking for flights yet. You only book for flight after you've gotten your visa, so that you don't waste your money. You are only booking flight reservation. Okay, I'm going to tell you in a bit, but let me just explain this. So when you book your flight reservation, you enter the date, let's say like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, starting from the day of your appointment. Let's say your appointment is tomorrow, right? So the date you're going to put in your visa reservation as the date you'll be flying to Poland should be like after 2 weeks from the day of your appointment. Do you understand? Or 3 weeks. So I would just suggest 3 weeks, because in normal circumstances, it takes around 2 weeks or 15 days, I think. Let's say 2 weeks for Poland to process your visa, for the Polish embassy or consulate to process your visa. Okay, so if all things work out well, you should be able to get your visa in 2 weeks, and in the next week you should fly. You should be coming to Poland. So put it like 3 weeks before, like after the date of your appointment. So, and that date in on your reservation should be the date here that you're going to put here as the intended date of arrival to the Republic of Poland. Okay. Now, it is also recommended, I would recommend that when booking your flight reservation, make sure you enter a return date, because these people are psychological beings. This embassy, they use psychology. They want to be sure that after your program that you will come back to your country. They don't want people to come and stay in Poland for a long time and they're not living there, that kind of a thing. So you just have to be smart. Enter, even though I know that when booking for your flight reservation, there's no way you can book for a flight reservation for like up to like 3 years. Like you say, you book for flight reservation of going, then the return should be 3 years. It's not possible. I don't think, I've tried it, it didn't work. So if you have to go for the maximum, if the maximum is 1 year, choose that in 1 year, after you come to Poland in 1 year, you return to your country, but then the program is still there. You can go back, or you can put 6 months if the maximum is 6 months. Then you can decide to put that return date here as the date of you intend to depart, you intend to come back. So intended date of departure from the Republic of Poland, you put it here. Or, in my opinion, or if it's me, I'll not put that date here. I'll just put the date after my program. If my program is 3 years now, if your program is starting in October 2022, so you count 3 years from October 2022. That means 2023, 24, 25. So in October 2025 is when your departure date from the Republic of Poland should be. So you can put it here. Okay. So these are just estimates. Okay. So you just estimate. You're just predicting. You don't know tomorrow. Okay. So you put it there. Then, but if you don't know, if you're not sure, you can just leave it blank. Okay, if you're not sure. But here, it is recommended that you put here. Okay, very important. Then next, surname and first name of the inviting persons from the Republic of Poland. If not applicable, the name of the hotel or reservation, blah, blah, blah. So here, you need to enter. Now, after you've gotten your appointment, you send it to the school, right? The appointment letter, and the school now sent you information about a document confirming your accommodation in that school. Yeah. Now, from that document, you need to write the name of your dormitory, the name of the dormitory where you're going to be staying, or the name of the accommodation. Write it here. Okay. And yeah, just write the name of the accommodation here. Write the name of the accommodation. And here, in this particular section, you enter the address of that accommodation. Okay, enter the address of that accommodation, and here enter their phone number. You see all this information on that accommodation document. Enter that phone number and fax number if they have. If they don't have fax number, just enter phone number. Then in this particular section, this is where you need to enter the name of the school that is invite you to come to Poland. Just like so for some of my most of my clients this year, they are coming to this school, University of Opole. Okay, so you need to enter the name of the school here. You will see all these things on the letter, offer letter, or admission letter, or invitation letter. You should see it on your offer letter. So write the name of the school, okay, their telephone number and fax number if they have fax number. Then you need to write the name, surname and name of one person in that school. So for me, I would suggest that you need to write the name of one person who works in the international office, or the person who processed your admission, if you know. So this is just an example for you. So on the school of your University of Opole website, international office, now you can see all these people work in the international office. So they need a surname first, then name. So you can just write this Novobliska Irina. You write it here. Write it in this place. So here, yeah, Novobliska Irina. Then you write the telephone number of that person. As you can see here, the person's telephone number is here. So make sure you write the code number, okay, plus, and you know that these things can be office numbers. You know, it's not their personal. I don't think it's their personal telephone numbers. I think these are their office numbers. Anyway, just write. So the code number of Poland is +48. So you write +48 before you write these numbers, okay. Then what else? You also write their email address. All has to be in this place, okay. We are almost done. We're almost done. Okay, we're almost done. Then next, please, if you're enjoying this content, please smash the like button. I want to get as many likes as possible, because I want this content. I want YouTube to promote it, to recommend it to so many people, because a lot of people need this. Okay, please help my channel. All right, then the next is cost of traveling and living during the applicant's stay. Who is going to be covering your stay? Like, okay, if in the initial stage you chose that a sponsor, somebody is going to be sponsoring you, then you select this one. You tick this box. Yeah. Then if you tick this box, you write the name of your sponsor here. Yeah. Write the name of your sponsor here, and I think you should tick this one as well. Tick this box as well. Then you have to write the means of support. Is the person supporting you via cash? Write it here, and so on. Choose the one applicable to you. If it's others, write it here. Okay, if it's checks or so on, something, write it here. If you're the one sponsoring yourself, remember you can also sponsor yourself. Now, the idea about bank statement is that they look at cash inflow and outflow. So it should be a bank. If you're sponsoring yourself, it should be a bank that, you know, for example, me, I usually use card. So if you're the kind of person that uses card to buy things mostly, you see that all these transactions are recorded as in the history. So they'll see that you have a lot of cash inflow and outflow. So ideally, you can have you can request for this bank statement from the bank for the last 3 months or for the last 6 months. Okay, and also apart from having this inflow and outflow of cash, you should have an amount of minimum for me in this year 2022, minimum around 5,000 euros. It will do for somebody who lives in Poland. It's going to be done very soon. Okay, then you can select your whichever means you choose to sponsor yourself here, whether cash or anyway. Then in this place, don't fill this place. Okay, it's not for you. It's for family member who is an EU citizen. So don't fill it. It's not for you. Okay, these ones don't fill it. These are not for you. So, but here, don't do anything here. Just leave it. When you go to the embassy to apply or visa application center, definitely you enter the place where you are submitting your visa application and the date and sign. Yeah, so that's it. That's the idea about all these things. I've spoken a lot, but I just have to help out after spending time about let's say it's 70-80 minutes talking to my client. Okay, but I just have to do this now. This and the idea of notary. This is how the stamp looks like. This is how the stamp looks like. Notary. It depends on your country or the notary. So you should. I look at it like a mini court. So you should inquire this about this in your country. Now about flight reservation. If you want to do it yourself, you can go to any flight. Let's say Turkish Airlines. And when you go there, you can. Official site, not images. You can go to the official website. Like this is the official website, and you can book, and you just the same thing like you want to book for flight, but before you pay, they'll ask you if you want to reserve or you want to pay now, something like that. Then choose reservation and stop. So remember what I told you about the dates, the important dates of your arrival to Poland and departure from Poland. Okay, please remember. And also, if you don't know how to do this, you can go to any nearby tourist offices or flight itinerary places where they book flight. Then just meet them and tell them that you want to go to Poland and tell them the dates. This is after you've confirmed that you have your appointment at the Polish embassy or consulate or application center. Then you tell them when you want to travel, and you just tell them that you need a reservation. You just need to pay them some money and they'll do it for you, but it's not much. Okay, it's not that too much. It depends. All right, so thank you so much. This is it for this content. I really appreciate you if you started watching from the beginning to this time. I believe that this is really going to help you, and my desire is that this get to as many people, so many people, like millions of people, and I would like you to help me to share with other people. Okay, and smash the like button if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of my content. Also, go over to my channel. You'll see several content on opportunities abroad and different ways, even how to apply to a Polish university via the IRK platform. And that will be it for today for this content. Thank you so much for watching. Till I see you again, have a great time. See you in my next video.